Hey guys, what's up? It's Apollo here. Hope you guys are doing well and welcome to the Grand Crusader Siege. This, of course, is Medieval Kingdoms Total War 1212 AD, the mod for Total War Attila. And we're going to see two worlds clash. We got the Eastern world versus the Western world. I always love these themed siege battles. They're quite interesting. And something about it, to make them themed, you know, it makes it more immersive, I guess you could say. So yeah, the city is already under attack. And just look at the defenses here. There's so many units they're going to have to fight through. This is a little over 40-minute siege battle. So it's going to be one hell of a ride. Guys, don't forget your snacks and drinks. We're going to have some fun here today. So let's go ahead and, oh, hold on. Do we actually have some, I think we've got a little bit of a harassment here coming from the defenders. I love when they send out units to actually defend outside their walls. But we got some medium bow cav charging out here, trying to soften up that army over there, which is very true to history. You know, the Eastern forces using, you know, very fast-moving horse archers, harassing more of the slower Christian armies, or the Western armies. So let's start with the Crusaders with army comps and just what the army is, like what nation or faction. So the first one is the Republic of Genoa. They actually have a mix here of archers and crossbows. Oh, here's a little cav charge. Oh, no, a little bluff there. But yeah, they've got cav, archers, crossbows, spears, and swordsmen. Pretty generic army comp for you know, a Western faction. They also have the standard, which I guess is glitching out. There's supposed to be a big like cross that he's carrying, but it's not appearing. I don't know if I did something wrong, like I downloaded something wrong. But now it just looks like this crazy knight that is on a chariot that's just like, let's do this. Like, it's like, dude, why are you on a chariot? I don't know, but it's gonna be awesome. So that's pretty hilarious. So yeah, and they've got the culverin here, just, you know, popping some shots, trying to bring down the towers and walls, which is quite exciting. Over here, we've got the Kingdom of Jerusalem in Cyprus. They are bringing a lot of order swordsmen, so nice swords there. We got Hospitaller Caravan, which is a crossbow unit. Of course, they've got their cav, which I believe is the Templar Knights. They also have some culverins, I believe, as well. Yes. So that is Jerusalem, and then the second army, which is actually about to scale the walls here, so we should speed this up. Another Jerusalem army bringing a very similar army comp. They are actually bringing some Crusader Northmen, which has got the big old axes. So sick. I love Jerusalem. It's one of my favorite factions because it's just like this hybrid blend of all kinds of different units. But anyways, actually, okay, they're holding here, so I think we got some time. So let's go ahead and look at the jihadists, the Muslim factions here. So, oh my god, there's so much going on outside. Look at this. Crazy. Okay, so the first force is the Sultanate of Rum, I think is how you pronounce it. So they are actually pretty solid. It seems like they've got some Greek mercenaries, it looks like. They look very Greek. They also have some billmen here. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, they've definitely fleshed out the Eastern factions quite a bit. You know, they added new factions and added new units. We got the Gulam Foot Guard as well, which is a solid unit. Here's more Greek units as well. So that's pretty cool. They got the Greek mercenaries in there. A nice little blend. Because I'm sure this is the faction. This is basically the Turks, right? If I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the history here, but they took out a lot of Byzantine territory, so it's not surprising that they have Greek units in their army. And then we got the Nafatun, which they were only allowed one Nafatun per army. So there's actually two armies of the Sultanate of Rum. So I don't really know where one army begins and one ends, so I'm just kind of randomly showing you their army comps so you have a better understanding of what they're bringing to the table. And then the final force is a force I don't think I've ever seen before, and I'm probably going to slaughter their name, so I do apologize for that. But it's the Abbasid Caliphate, if I'm not mistaken. Did I butcher it? I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, I mean, very similar to their allies here. I'm sure they have some different units, though. But well, it looks like they're very colorful. They got this heavy melee infantry. Back here, they've got some, looks like some dismounted horse archers they're using for, you know, archer force. But yeah, they've got some nice forces in the mix, which you can see their army comp, you know, on the screen. So yeah, very cool, very cool. Sultanate here, or we have the Sultan, I think, the Mamluk bodyguard. They look pretty cool. They're going to be pretty awesome to see in battle. But it seems like the Crusaders are kind of just destroying the walls at this point, setting up a nice, oh, wait. Are they attacking? No, not quite yet. But I think what we're going to do is fast forward until they actually attack the walls. Alright guys, welcome back. So they actually haven't started to, they didn't start the wall attack. But there is a little bit of a cav fight going on in the outer parts of the settlement. And I didn't want to miss this, so I'm going to go ahead and, we're a little late. I didn't even realize this was going on. So I didn't really fast forward much at all. So this is a really cool engagement. We got a lot of cav going at it, and I really honestly believe, oh nice, look at that, charging right into some pole arms, some halberds it looks like, but they're gonna disengage. They're just getting a little charge there. It looks like they did a good amount of damage. More and more cav coming to the rescue, but man, look at this, the Eastern horse archers crushing this light cav unit. And I think the Republic of Genoa is having a tough time here. Now sending in the General's bodyguard to scare away some enemy heavy shock cav. But he's got to be careful with the General's bodyguard because these archers, the horse archers, can chew him up from afar. So awesome. Charge! They're trying, man. They're right on their tails. They're right on their heels. And now they're actually going to try to regroup with the rest of their forces. Once again, the polearms are under attack by the Eastern Heavy Shock Cav. And they're just doing what they can to try to crush these guys. We got another unit. We got the Templar Knights. So Jerusalem now sending over some support here. And we got an epic cav fight going on. This is so cool. That's why I like the Attila siege battles. I feel like Attila it's not as good as Medieval 2 siege battles, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. I like how quick they are. Like, they seem to flow a lot nicer than Medieval 2. And it seems like almost every time there's a nice little, like, sally out from the cav. And it makes for very interesting siege battles. But yeah, I think with the Templar Knights now, they should be able to deal with these horse archers, horse skirmishers, but we'll see. I mean, more and more of these forces are having to commit over here to deal with the Eastern Cav, and I would say, you know, I don't know if it's smart for the Eastern forces, you know, the Muslim forces to send out all of their Cav like this. I think they've done a lot of damage, but at the same time, they're losing so much. I don't know if it's worth it. Now we got a wedge formation here from the Templar Knights charging in and dealing some damage to the heavy shock cav of the Sultanate of Rum. So now they're going to go ahead and disengage. I think they're going to continue to do cycle charges because they are a shock cav, and that's what they're known for. The general has been harassed here, getting shot up by some archers. They actually haven't lost a single bodyguard unit or troop in the unit so far. We'll see what he does with the Templar Knights over here. I think he's going to come over and support against these horse archers. But the cav battle's still going strong. The general now going to commit. Anyways, let's go see what else is. Let's see if they've engaged over here. They have. Okay, so the wall battle has officially begun, guys. And the Crusaders are now facing the jihadists in a clash of worlds. Yeah, which it looks like the jihadists are losing here. And now we got even more reinforcements. Order swordsmen coming up. But you know, I don't think the Muslims here need to persuade. What exactly faction is this? I don't think the Sultan of Rum needs to necessarily win here. It seems like what he's doing is trying to keep these guys in place and letting the archers way back here get a nice angle. You can see right here, they have a fantastic angle to enemy forces, trying to soften them up and basically holding them back with a much weaker unit and getting a lot of kills thanks to the archers. More and more Crusader orders swordsmen scaling the walls. We have now Hospitaller Caravan. This is pretty huge. You want to get them firing as quick as possible because you want them to, you know, have... Basically, this is your answer to the defending archers. You gotta try to keep them, you know, try to keep them suppressed, try to keep them quiet so your infantry can get in without losing too many men. But they're not really firing back. It looks like they're trying, but I think they're still just trying to get off the siege equipment. Like, quickly, men, scale the walls. Fire back, support the infantry. So yeah, I mean, we definitely have a full commitment here from the Jerusalem commander who's on the southern side of the settlement. Looks pretty cool. Nice juicy fight up for these walls. Eventually they're gonna take it. I mean, it's only a matter of time until these medium melee infantry for the Sultanate of Rum breaks. And more archers. Oh, that is sick. Look at that. These guys look great. Give them steel. So yeah, we've got a lot of Crusader archers now finally answering back, firing back at the excuse me, at the jihadist units there, jihadist archers. And you can see they've done half damage. Look at that. They're chewing. Oh my god. Just chewing them up. And that's why you really got to fight for these walls and do not let the enemy do something like this. Oh, look at this guy. Got hit in the head. Oh my god. Rest in peace. So awesome. I love the sound effects of the arrows just like flying by, landing in the bodies of their enemies. But yeah, there we go. They finally have caused the medium melee infantry to waver. And they're going to clear off these walls and probably eventually push down here. Now we can see that they are now taking on some medium spear infantry. Oh, 14th century. Very cool. I know. Oh, nice. It says what century they're from. The medium melee is from the 13th century. So you can see that there's quite a big difference between the two. A tier 1 13th century medium melee against a tier 2 14th century. That's awesome. There's a lot of new stuff they added to the mod. And I kind of took a break from the mod, and it feels really good to be back. Feels refreshing and new. But yeah, you know, the fact that he already has some space here, he's kind of surrounded, but he might want to keep sending down more troops or maybe try going down here. I don't think he can though. But yeah, there he goes. He's sending down the reinforcements. And now he's going to be able to support these guys. And there's just something really cool about this scene right here. How they're just fighting in this, you know, surrounded on all sides, fighting back to back, trying to fight their way. And here comes the reinforcements. They're like, yes, reinforcements. All right, let's see. They're still dealing. Look at this. They are still dealing. Oh my god. The Eastern forces, I think they sent out even more cav reinforcements. They're now using artillery to try to deal with the cav units over here. But this has been just a brutal grind out here. The Muslim forces being able to keep the Republic of Genoa stationary, not letting him attack the walls because he's too busy dealing with all these guys, which have just caused a real issue in their strategy here. But look at this. There's so much cav here. Blue and remember, the blue and yellow factions, those are the Eastern factions that we have here. And the red icons are the Crusaders, just to you know, avoid any confusion. But yeah, they're right here fighting the General of Genoa with the help of some halberds, and they're having a tough time. It's the horse archers. Look at that. The blood splattering everywhere from the horse archers. And the Sultanate of Rum and the Abbasid Caliphate is just, they're just chewing up these guys. And they actually caused the general to break. They caused the Genoese general to break. A really tragic sight there. And they've got to commit more. They've got to deal with this if they want to have a successful siege. And already losing your general is going to be a huge loss. And this guy is kind of attacking alone, which is not always the greatest. Usually when you attack with multiple teammates, you want to attack together so you can overwhelm your opponent on multiple sides of the settlement. But, you know, all things considered, this guy is doing quite well. He seems to be doing pretty well. He's lost a lot, I assume, to enemy archers, but he's also killed quite a bit. And I think what he should do here is clean out the enemy forces. Oh, what is this unit? Got some heavy Kapakulu. I have no idea. I'm going to slaughter these names. But yeah, he's doing a good job of cleaning out the enemy forces. And then once he does that, he just needs to hold and wait for his allies to deal with the enemy cav that's constantly just causing issues. Here comes the Crusader Northman. He's definitely winning over here. The swordsmen are surrounded, and they're really not going to be able to hold for much longer. We had a nice little breach point battle over here as well. Too bad we missed it because I love those shots, but hopefully we'll have some more in the future. We got some troops. Oh, nice. We got some halberds here. Very colorful halberds of Jerusalem. Who are now fighting right near the gate. Definitely a very important target. They're also getting hit hard by archers, but the Crusaders are returning the favor here, as you can tell on the walls. If I can zoom in here a little bit, that would be cool, because I want to get a cool shot here. So yeah, these crossbows are very, very deadly, especially on the walls. As it gives them a very clear vantage point to the enemy positions. Down here, look at this. It seems like the Muslim forces have sent over reinforcements. We just got a nasty brawl over here. But the good news for the Crusaders is that they've got some Crusader Northmen that have cleaned up here. Now we got some artillery going for this big blob. Oh, very close, very close. Crusaders getting lucky there. But yeah, this is going to be huge. This is going to really clear this area out completely now that he can outflank the Muslim jihadist forces. There we go. That's going to cause them to break pretty quickly, and that's going to save all these men in the center. Got to be careful, though, because they could easily send in reinforcements through these streets. Let's see what else is going on here. Here we go. Finally, the other Jerusalem player is scaling the walls. He's ready to join the fight as well. We also have another breach point, so hopefully we can see some epic like breach wall battles. Look at this. We got the archers set up right on the walls here. This is really cool. Look at, I love how they get behind the wall. Like, watch. They fire, and then when they reload, they get behind the wall. Watch this. That is so awesome. That never gets old. This guy gets on his knee to reload. That's so sick. That is so awesome. I love that so much. I mean, Attila's not all bad. You know, there's some good things in Attila. Is that another breach? Oh, yeah, they just made it bigger. And look at this. We got a sally out here. Oh, going after the crossbows. But they're gonna, yeah, they're gonna fall back. They're just kind of scaring them away from the walls, which is smart. But now we have the order swordsmen ready to charge forward and take on their enemy through this breach, which is gonna be really exciting. Let's see. Are they gonna hold their ground? No, it looks like they're gonna kind of give it up to them. And I think the crossbows are going back to their duties here. Back to their post, which of course is taking these walls, getting a good vantage point. They also got some over here. They're gonna have a skirmish battle here. I love this. This happens in Medieval 2 as well. Basically, they kill each other, you know, with the gap in the middle. That's so awesome. Also, here we go. Here's a nice little breach point battle. Attila is so cinematic. Are the archers trying to kill each other? Let's see. So far, it doesn't look like it. They're just like respecting each other. Like, yeah, you kill our infantry, we'll kill your infantry. No big deal. Though these archers are getting hit from this unit right here. Yeah, they've got a really good angle. Really good angle. Uh oh, is this enemy cav? Or attacking cav? Yeah, we got Crusader Hospitaller Knights charging into the flank of the medium melee infantry, trying to support the infantry, just trying to get through. Now we've got even more reinforcements. We've got some heavy spears who are going to help and try to kill this cav. The cav is now surrounded. Unfortunately, we have such a beautiful cav unit now has been slaughtered on the battlefield. And they have pretty much, yeah, they've fallen back. The halberds have fallen back. Now they're fighting once again. Or wait, is this a new unit of halberds? No, it's the same unit. So the fight over here is not going well. It seems like they finally have dealt with the cav. I don't know if the cav, I think the cav just fell back. Yeah, I think they were so weakened that they're like, you know what? Not worth it. We've done our part. Let's just fall back. And finally, Genoa can join this fight and support his ally. And the player here that's leading Jerusalem is really having a hard time. I feel like he's taking on the brunt of the defenses right now. This guy, you know, the other Jerusalem force also took on quite a solid force, but I feel like this guy over in the center, you know, when I say center, I mean between the two allies, he is definitely feeling the wrath of the defenders right now because it's just these archers have chewed up his forces so much. The wrath of the jihadist. And look, he's holding back here. I think he's waiting for reinforcements. He doesn't want to get too aggressive, you know. Oh, here comes some artillery landing in. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think he might be going for burning down the buildings. So if you're new to Attila, I'm sure most of you guys already know this, but once you start burning down the buildings and the fire spreading, it affects their effectiveness in combat. So you can really weaken them, like with morale. It also affects their like melee and defense, but a little bit. So it's a smart move to try to burn down their city. Now, if this was a campaign, I wouldn't recommend that because then you got to rebuild it. Nice little shot there, taking out some E-flak crossbowmen. So the jihadists have some crossbows themselves. More artillery fire going in over on this side. Did you hear that? That guy? I like artillery. That's funny because we're just talking about artillery. Only when it's pointed at them. There we go. We got another cool little... Hold the walls! Fire! Hold them back, men! We got the Genoese crossbows, basically. Here comes more siege towers. So here we go. Here comes the great push. They're finally going to support their allies here, which are making some progress. He's definitely finally cutting through these forces. Now he's got a nice flanking maneuver here. Going to surround these archers who I assume used up all their ammo. Nice little shot here of the two. That's awesome. Oh no! Is he dead? Get back up, dude. You're having an epic duel like everyone else. Because that's all that happens in this game, are just duels. They're still fighting. This is really amazing. They're still fighting over at this choke point. The artillery really giving it to them as well. But finally they've broken through. They're actually pushing into the secondary lines? My God, why is he doing that? Don't even worry about the second tier of the defense. I would just send all my forces over to support my allies. And it just looks like the Crusaders are really struggling here quite a bit. But the balance of power is greatly in favor of the Crusaders. So they've got 4,000 men over. They've got about 500 more men than the defenders. They actually started out with less forces, but I assume the Crusader forces are better quality because they usually get more money in these siege battles. But yeah, the defender's still holding strong over in this corner. We do have a bit of a wall battle here. Nice archer support, but that could be causing some friendly fire. Well, it seems like the Crusaders have more numbers here. So I think eventually they're going to take this one. And now, oh, this is sick. We got the medium spears in this, like, moving testudo. Or just testudo. Got the archers in the background. Fire! Move! Bush! So they're gonna, a little spear wall intimidation. Like, you think your spear wall is cool? Well, check out ours. I like that voice crack too. There they go. They've been ordered to charge in. And then we're gonna have a very long, grindy spear fight over in this corner. Let's go back over to the center where they're losing, man. They're losing. This is nice. Eventually, the Crusaders are gonna close in and probably kill all of the jihadists here because there's nowhere for them to run. So this is a good move. The attackers definitely need to try to join forces, support each other in their own engagements of trying to take over the walls and push into the settlement. And he's still committing forces over here. This is really surprising. I don't know why he's doing this. Now, he is breaking the spears, but I don't know why he's just not dedicating all of his infantry to support his allies. It's probably better to attack together, like the second tier, than trying to, like, attack this alone without your teammates' support. And these guys kind of, these guys with the black, like, turban type headwear, they remind me of the, like, the warriors from the Mummy who, like, defend and, like, prevent anyone from opening up the tombs, who don't do a very good job. They kind of have that style going on. But yeah, they're actually, I mean, they're kind of making some progress here, but this is going to be a tough fight. Now, there's not a ton defending over here, so I get it. I get why he's pushing it. I mean, there's only a handful of jihadist troops, so it makes sense why they're pushing. I still think it's better for him to just try to support his allies near the walls. Oh, nice. Here comes some artillery coming in. Oh, beautiful. Going after the reserves in the back. And now more forces closing in, trying to contain the Crusader forces here. Then we got more troops charging in. They're so close. Well, no, they're surrounding them now. Well, no. They're so close to surrounding the forces in here. It's tough. It's really tough. Now they're moving up some crossbows up on the walls. Some crossbows. So they're going to try to support. If they can get some shots here and fire the backs of these spears and melee infantry, because they are holding the Crusaders. And that's not good because they need to close in. They should probably send in the Hospitaller Knights to deal with these guys, because you want to join forces. And you want to surround all the enemy forces in between you and your ally, because that's going to kill, you know, that's less forces who can retreat and defend the inner parts of the settlement. And they're still fighting for the walls up here. Amazing. Now we do have the Greek infantry, which they are fairly similar to the Western. Not exactly, but you know, they're pretty heavy. I mean, they're medium. But I mean, that's another thing. This is a 15th century unit taking on the Genoa attacking forces of 14th century. So that's why they're struggling against these guys. But yeah, I think the defenders might want to just call back their forces. Oh, wait, look at this, though. They've got troops in the back lines trying to harass the attackers where they can. We do have a small force dedicated. I think this is Jerusalem and... Nope, just Jerusalem. This is Jerusalem dedicating a small pocket of troops to deal with the enemy cav, just to make sure they don't harass them in the rear as, you know, the infantry as they charge into these walls. There's a huge force here of Muslim defenders. It's going to be really tough for them to get through this. And they're kind of surrounded, which is no good. Another reason why they need to break through. Honestly, he needs to send more forces this way and prevent his swordsmen from being surrounded. And now it's an archer unit, but you don't want to be surrounded like that. I think I would send in the halberd or the knights here or something to help fight and deal with this situation. It looks like he might be doing that. No, I think he's actually going to try to go to the flank of these spears. Let's see if he goes in. He's just holding. Come on, charge him in, dang it. Take him out. Uh-oh, the men are running for their lives. There we go. We even have some artillery closing in. I think finally the defenders have given the call to retreat to the inner parts of the defense, or not. Or maybe he's sacrificing the spear unit to slow down the attackers. But yeah, it seems like they finally have broken through this corner, and I felt like it was easier for Genoa because the player in the center is taking on so many enemies. It's ridiculous. Unfortunately, the Jerusalem player here seems like he's pretty much lost his army. He's got a couple troops over here. He's got some archers. I mean, not completely have lost it, but he's down to a few amount of troops. Got the crossbows trying to support where they can. We got a small pocket of fighting over here. They just gotta clear out these streets. They just have to clear them out because they're just not having any luck here. I mean, that's all it's gonna take. They've got to work together, figure out a way to get behind and around the defenders, and that's the best way to quickly kill them or break them. And taking them on head on like this without any kind of flanking support is gonna be tough on the health of your army. It's really, you're gonna lose a lot of troops because of how long these battles are going on. He's making great progress over here though. Really great progress. So it's only a matter of time until these guys break. Once they do break, they've got the second layer. But again, guys, you might be thinking, oh, the attackers have just lost way too much. There's no way they're going to be able to break through the second layer. Well, the defenders, they fully committed. They have fully committed to defending the outer walls. And I think that was their biggest mistake, because what do they have for the final stand? They've got some Nafatoons. They've got some spears. Which is just not a lot, and I don't think it's going to be enough. And the balance of power is still greatly in favor of the attackers. But now we've got another general kind of surrounded here. We have Baron's bodyguard of Jerusalem. He's going to try to escape out of there, but it looks like he's kind of stuck. So he's going to just have to fight to the death. Nice little charge into the spears. Here comes the general of the defenders. I think he's going to... I don't know. I think this general's time is numbered. We also have Nafatoons going in as well. Look at this huge force that's sallying out here. And they're going to try to surround these Crusader forces who are still dealing with the infantry. They just can't break through this infantry. So the defenders, even though the balance of power is greatly against them, they've still got hope. They still have a chance, I think. There they go. They're going to charge. Let's get a nice view. Charge! Charge! Oops. Sorry, wrong button. Okay, wrong button. I'm too stupid. Alright, but there we go. They're gonna break a ton of forces there from the Crusader army. Nice little hammer and anvil with the Hospitaller Knights. Finally, they're getting around the Muslim forces and now should be able to break them fairly quickly, which they are. And it's gonna make it harder and harder for the defenders. And look how healthy this army is, this Genoan army. Honestly, I was most worried about the Genoese army at the start of the battle because they were struggling against that cav unit, and then they lose their general. But the fact that their allies really took on most of the fighting in the walls, they've got an extremely healthy army to deal with the second layer. But I still think, and you're probably looking at the forces and there's no way the defenders are going to win. The Crusaders are going to crush them. But let's not forget that the healthiest army from the attackers are the Genoese, right? Genoa. But they don't have a general. And Nafatoons are known for breaking the spirit of men, breaking the morale of these troops. So they could break very easily, and the jihadist forces can hold here with much less troops if they can definitely, you know, plan out the Nafatoons very effectively. They've completely won on this side, by the way, too. The defenders have reclaimed this part of the town. They should just fall back, though, and get their men, just get as many men possible over to the inner streets here and try to defend this area, because here they come. They are a marching. He's got his men in shield wall. There's only about 6 minutes and 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in the battle replay. So I think fighting is going to happen here very quickly, because that's really not a lot of time for like how many troops are left. But yeah, more and more Crusader forces going in. They're leaving this area. They're just like, you know what, defenders, jihadists, you can ride around with your horses in the outer streets. I don't care. Actually, no, I'm going to turn my general around and face you. Nice. Love that. Love a little charge. And they're going to send back some Hospitaller Knights as well. Cool. So that should deal with the cav. They've got to kill these guys, man. This is just insane. Take the streets. Very stubborn defending players. So I'm not sure where the standard is. I don't know if the standard died or what. The great standard. I don't know what happened to it. Oh well. Oh well. But now we have a huge force. Lots of archers going center. That's going to be another big concern for the defenders, is the fact that the attackers still have very healthy skirmishers. The Nafatoons could be weakened easily by enemy fire. And there we go. The Nafatoons are now throwing their little clay pots of oil or whatever. Look at that. Nice. Now they are getting some friendly fire, but this is huge, guys. I mean, this is a huge blob of attackers that they could easily burn up. It's not looking good, though, for the defenders. They are wavering. More Nafatoons coming around this way. Makes sense. There we go. There we go. The Crusaders, though, are breaking. The Crusaders are breaking. The Nafatoons are just too much for them. That's huge. The swordsmen have break. Now it's just down to some archers who are out of ammo, most likely. And they're surely going to break against these Nafatoons. That is huge. And this is what I was talking about, guys. Yes, they have a healthy army, but the Nafatoons are holding their own and giving them a little light of hope. Literally giving them a light of hope. A beacon of hope. I'm not sure why he charged out like that. I think it's because he was getting harassed by crossbow fire. He didn't want to take it anymore, so he charges in some spears. And I expect the Nafatoons to move over to the center and help them out. Spears are breaking, though, very quickly. And I think the defenders are just spent. I think they're just spent. I think their biggest mistake here was defending the walls too much. You know, I get it. You want to defend the walls. I definitely think it's smart to defend the walls. But once the attackers have taken too much and there's just too much to defend, you got to fall back to more narrow areas in the settlement. So you need less men, or you'll have more men to defend less choke points. Oh my god, the Nafatunes tearing up these guys. That is a perfect, though they're breaking. Why are they breaking? Don't break, Nafatunes. Come on. You're the heroes of this battle. The archers are giving them hell. Oh, yeah. See, this is what I was afraid of. The archers. There we go. There's another volley. That's awesome, man. That looks so cool. But they're going to break, unfortunately. They just can't handle the archers. You can't handle the archers. Now the general over here breaking as well. And I think this is going to be a Crusader victory here, attacker victory. So this is another example of defenders never winning. Oh, man. And look, they cheer even though their comrades right next to them are on fire. Cheer, you miserable bastards. Cheer. There they go. And now we got the general doing a last little huzzah into enemy forces, trying to hold them back, trying to delay the inevitable. Oh, another general has fallen. My god. Oh, okay. That was the defending general. There we go. That was probably the nail in the coffin. They held over here, and they actually sallied out. That's kind of cool. I think they sallied out because they're trying to take care of some Crusader forces that are separated from their army quickly. Burn them! I like how they have these, like, I forgot the name of these structures here. But it's like Persian. Is that Persian? I don't know. But I like how they have, like, sacrilegious. To them, it would be sacrilegious to have these structures up. But whatever, you know? Maybe back then they really appreciated the different, I don't know. Anyway, so nice little cap charge into what's left of these forces from the Templar general. And now the forces are falling back, and the attackers are just going to go in for the kill. So, yeah, this one's over, guys. I think the biggest mistake the defenders made was trying to defend too much of the outer region of the defense and not falling back, or even just keeping reserves near the capture point, the victory point, to try to hold against these Crusader forces. So it was a valiant defeat. It was a close one. It was a very exciting one as well. It's been a long time since we did a 12-12 siege, and hopefully I can get some more. You guys have any replays, send them my way, especially with mods, guys. Let me stress this, because I think as from a viewer's point of view, you may not realize, but like getting replays from mods are very difficult because less people are playing them. Also, mods have a tendency of breaking, causing the replay not to work or crashing. So yeah, this is pretty cool. So to help me out, giving me some replays of 12-12, especially siege battles, that would be truly appreciated. Anyways, let's look at the end results here and see who did well here. So unfortunately, it doesn't tell you kills, but it does tell you how many the unit killed. You can add it up. I wish it told you right here. I don't know why they do that. But yeah, their archers did wow, he got a ton. He just brought all archers. I didn't even realize that. It's because they're versatile. They can be used as melee, but I think if he brought more melee units, unless like the roster's not very good. But yeah, that's that. Let's see, Sir Peter Pineapple. Just not a ton of great kills for their infantry, and that's where the Eastern forces really lack. Their archers are good, their cav is really good, but their infantry seems to be kind of poor. And here's Dreamin' Meef. So same kind of thing. The archers doing pretty well, but the infantry not really. And then over here, I mean, look at the kills on the infantry of the Crusader. Like that's just their specialty. And I think that's another reason why they shouldn't have held against the Crusaders at the outer walls for so long, because once the Crusaders send in more and more of their infantry, it's a losing battle. You're not going to beat their infantry. You have to rely on archers. So I think if they had archers in the back reserve, near their, their capture point or the victory point, they would have done a lot better. If they attacked the Crusaders in layers of archers, I think they could have won this one. But oh my god, look at the crossbows. Insane amount of kills. Insane. So that's going to wrap it up here, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. It was a lot of fun. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, guys. That really helps me out as a YouTuber. But yeah, that's it. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time on the battlefield.